Hello, Antioch Community High School. My name is Caleb Zaborski, and welcome to your final weekly weather forecast, number 33. For the last time, let's hop right into next week. So, this may not be the last week for you people that are all watching this, but for seniors, it will be my last week. So, kind of in honor of the seniors, I have all the relatively important senior events going on. So sorry to any sports that are not on here. But we start out Monday. You're going to see that this week is perfect for a send-off for the seniors. It'd be beautiful throughout the day, throughout the week as well. It would be perfect. Monday, not much senior-wise going on. I know that there's some sports going on. High in the high 70s, a low in the mid-50s. Tuesday, the first start of senior finals. That will be 5, 6, 7, 8, and then also there's the band concert going on. That will be a high of around low 70s and a low in the low 60s. Wednesday is the second part of senior finals. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. For that, one of the best days overall with a high in the low 80s and a low in the high 50s. So once again, beautiful day. Thursday is the senior sunset. A high in the high 70s, a low in the mid-50s. Once again, beautiful temperatures throughout the week. Friday, I forgot to put this on, but it's also graduation practice for the seniors, where a high in the high 70s and a low in the low 60s. Once again, perfect days throughout. After graduation practice, we then have the senior picnic. Saturday is our final break day. That will be one of the colder days. But I say cold as the high is high in the high 60s and a low in the low 50s. Once again, all nice days. And then the final day, you're going to see its temperature is bolded and italicized because there's been some variation in the temperatures. And obviously graduation is really important to make sure that we get the perfect weather. So what I'm going to give a ballpark estimate is high, maybe 70s, probably as low as mid-60s, and then the low, I mean, when graduation's at 5 o'clock, we're not going to deal with anything super chilly. The most thing we're worried about, actually, is whether it's going to storm. And unfortunately, models have not picked up on either or with it being dry or with it being rainy. So that will be something that's a little bit more of a game time decision. You might see an email about that, and I'll make sure to update all of you on that. But with that saying, let's go on. Temperature outlook. Overall, for this being mid to early May, very confident and very above average temperature. So once again, very nice pattern setting up for us. Going on. Precipitation. You're going to see overall, most of the United States is above average. With that being said, there is this storm system pattern setting up over the Great Plains that may translate over to where we are. So that's kind of what we might see. We might see some storm systems. That's why it's going to be so above average. With the temperatures also being above average, that means that the dew point will also be a little bit high. So some days could be uncomfortably moist. So just keep an eye out for that. But going on, I want to invite my cameraman, my right-hand man, Maximilian. Come on up.
Yeah.
You need to go and say something.
No more weather.
He's lying. We got a new weather person next year.
It's true.